All right, so I've unpacked the mold material, and it comes with this interesting purple container, and then this container of like white like silicone putty, and this big long instruction sheet written in like 18 languages. The basic story is mix equal parts purple and white, and I don't have a fancy kitchen scale, so I'm gonna mix about half an ounce, or maybe right up to this first little groove in this cup. I've got two of these, one for the purple, one for the white. We will measure those out and kind of let it settle, so make sure I got equal amounts. And then it just says wear nitrile gloves, and I've got nitrile gloves. And so I'll put those on, and then you knead the putty together, and then you press your piece into the mold to shape it. So that's going to be this PVC cap. Unfortunately, this has, you know, it's not perfect, but it's close enough. This cap should work fine. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, I didn't want to wait for the putty to just totally settle in. It was taking forever, and I don't have that much time. So I've got roughly equal parts. Again, it's not by volume or like by a scale, but it's roughly equal. Hopefully that's equal enough. And the instructions basically now say to take this out and knead it together, and you only have 3 minutes of working time to work with this. So you mix these two together, kneading them until they're uniform color, and then press the piece that you want to mold in there, and let it sit for 25 minutes. So let's just see how this stuff works. It says you should knead this together for about 1 minute to get rid of the swirls and make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do. So let's see. It's already kind of mixing in pretty uniform. I don't know if you can see that okay. It's still has swirls in it, but it's starting to mix pretty well, so that's good. Keep kneading this and see what we can get. I'll use the video length to count myself down for a 1 minute time. And then roll it into a ball, and then flatten it slightly and press the object into the form mold to or apply the putty to the piece. Leave the object in the putty and let it cure for 25 minutes. So let's see how we're doing. Coming up on, this is like 45 seconds, and you can see like there's not really any swirls anymore. It's pretty even in color, so that's good. I'll just keep giving it a few more kneads, get it really mixed even. It's already getting harder to knead than it was originally. So let's roll it into a ball like that, and we'll just flatten it right out on this cardboard. And here's my piece. What I don't really know is I didn't mark off how deep I want this to go, so we're just gonna eyeball it. I think the eye piece should be about 1/4 of an inch thick to allow for putting the LEDs in there. And so something, you know, about like that or so is probably good. Maybe just a little bit more, squeeze it down. Yeah, it's already getting pretty tough, so I'm gonna squeeze the mold material in around this piece so that it can form up against it, and we can trim it later if I need to, if it's too deep. See how that looks. All right, let's see. I'll take the camera down, you can get a closer view. Yeah. So I tried to get it as up against the edge as I could, and we'll come back in 25 minutes.